Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. Today is Monday. It is May 16th, 2022, and Miss Hella is out having a relaxing time. That dog slept so good last night. I'll tell you what, I didn't hear a peep out of her till this morning. Too funny. Anyway, we've had a lot of rain here this morning. Just that kind of day. Been doing a few minor things today that needed to be taken care of here at the homestead. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Oh, well, before we jump into the video, I just want to remind everybody I will be live streaming for my hardcore members tonight at 8 o'clock. So if you would like to be part of that, you go to my main page, you hit the join button, you become a hardcore member, and then you can join us in that private chat. And I do that every Monday for my hardcore preppers. Alright, so just putting that out there for you guys if you are interested. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about bug out locations. A lot of people, I do get a lot of feedback of, how did you pick your bug out location? Why did you pick out your bug out location where you did? A lot of questions of why West Virginia? Okay, so I kind of wanted to address some of these things. When I initially, and everybody's different, so first of all, let me just say that everybody has a different perspective, everybody looks at things a different way, so no two people look at everything the exact same way. So for me personally, when I was looking for a bug out location, obviously cost of land is a huge part of that. So you're not going to want to go to certain parts of California. You're not going to want to go to certain parts of New York and think that you're just going to go in there and buy some land cheaply. It doesn't work like that. You really have to do your homework as far as what does land cost to where you're looking, and those type of things. So for me, when I was, so first of all, when I was initially looking, what I was thinking of was Kentucky, possibly Tennessee. And so I had a friend of mine that owns property in West Virginia, and he had said to me, well, Ed, why don't you look at West Virginia? And I said, well, why West Virginia? And he said, he made some great points, okay? A sparsely populated state, which is absolutely true. It's not a huge population state, which is a good thing. You want to be, when you're looking for a bug out location, you want to be away from people. That's an important aspect of having a bug out location. You don't want to have a tremendous amount of people around you. The second thing, what he had said was the taxes are cheap. I'm like, okay, that's definitely an attractive alternative, especially coming from New York, where taxes are not cheap, right? One of the other things is it's a very gun-friendly state, which I think is a hugely important thing as well. And so, that absolutely was a factor for me as well. Also, with that, I was looking at, I wanted high elevation. So when I decided that I was going to look in West Virginia first, I had circled several places down here where, the elevation was higher. And I actually ended up buying this property. It's about 8 miles from a little town that if you drive through it and you blink your eyes, you're going to miss it. Okay? So they don't even have a stoplight. It's that small of a town. And it's not like there's not even like a general store there or anything like that. But anyway, I ended up buying 8 miles from there. And the reason that I had circled that town was because of the elevation. And so, obviously I had to come down to West Virginia and start looking for a piece of property. So, we had looked at, I had stopped at an area, talked to a couple real estate agents. That did not pan out at all. And so we decided, Heather and I were down here, and we decided to go look on our own. Well, the first property that I looked at was landlocked. It was on a preserve, which would be cool. That would be very cool. It was a 10,000 acre wooded area that, there was a lot of hunting that was done down there and those type of things. And there was a 78 acre parcel down there. So we had got to this preserve. They actually had a guard at the gate. And, so you had to come in, and it was like 5 miles down these, just dirt roads, which I don't have a problem with that. I could care less about that part of it. But I looked at that, and so we get in there. Well, the property was landlocked. You didn't have access from the roads. You would have to go through somebody else's property. And the guy says to me, "Oh, well, I'm sure that the guys that owned that property would let you cut a road in to get up to your property." That's no guarantee. That's not an easement. Why should anybody allow anybody else to do something else on their property? So, that one was absolutely a no-go. And then we had come down and we looked at this property. And so this property is 0.8 of a mile in from the main road. I know what we've talked about that before. And so when Randy brought us back here, the first thing he had said to me was, "Is this too far back in for you?" And I looked at him and I said, "No, actually," I go, "that's perfect." Now, there's a lot of work that has to be done with the road, and we're going to be working on that as we go along, which is a priority as well, obviously, especially, with foul weather. You need to be able to have decent access to be able to get in and out of your property. So, like I said, that will be a work in progress, and that's okay. It's just going to take time. But, so I looked at this, I looked at the upper meadow, I looked at this lower meadow, and one of the things that I looked at, again, looking at a piece of property, I knew I was going to be going off grid again, okay? So that, for me, is a priority. Maybe not for everybody, but for me, it was a priority. So I was looking at that, and I said, okay, I can put up solar panels down here. They're not obstructed by any kind of trees. I don't have to take any trees down or anything like that. I said, I like that. I like that a lot. And so, I don't have to worry as long as I keep my fields cut down, here, the meadow, I'll be fine. So that was a big factor for me looking at that. Now, obviously, it's very sloping down here. That's the entire state of West Virginia. It's all sloping everywhere. But, you have somebody come in and you have them cut out an area and work on that, and, that's good, and that's okay. But, again, all these things, they take time. And so you have to be patient, have that vision and see and stuff like that. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, I had a lot of people have said to me, all right, well, when you build a house or when you built the battery room, you should mount those solar panels up on the roof of the battery room, right? Still south facing, get a lot of sun, that's all great. There's one little problem with that, which a lot of people don't take into consideration, because probably a lot of people don't have solar panels and don't know. And I'm not saying this to be belittling or condescending. When it's wintertime and you need to get out and clean your solar panels, it's going to be much tougher to clean those solar panels if they're up on that roof, because now you got to come out here with a ladder, try to get up there, try to clean them off. It's a nightmare, okay? With my solar panels being the way that they are right here, I have had snow on them once since we had them installed, and I came out with a broom and I swept them off, and guess what? 2 seconds, no big deal, and it was perfect. That's why ground mounts I like better. I think it's a better way to go. And that's just, again, personal preference. Looking at the convenience of keeping them clean. And, now if we had 4 foot of snow, they would be buried, right? I mean, that's a given. But that's not the norm down here. So, even in the winter, we should still be able to produce a fairly decent amount of power. And so, like I said, again, and so what goes along with that is when you're setting up your stuff. Well, we'll get into that in a different video, and we'll discuss more about solar power and all that type of stuff and the thought process behind everything and like that as we'll do another video on that. But again, picking a bug out location, You want to be away from large population areas. You don't want to. So okay, so give an example something. So I find this property and I love this property, but right over on that hill over there is a nuclear power plant. I'm not buying that property. So you have to know also what is around you when you're looking for your property. So those are important things as well. So knowing what's around, what are danger areas, what are threats. Is there a prison nearby? How close is the prison to your property? So, those type of things are definitely things you have to look at. You have to look at everything overall. Now, some people wanting to be in the mountains would not be ideal for them. But to me, I'm looking strategically, very defendable area. Once you're off the meadow, it goes pretty vertical pretty quickly. So it's not easy access to get up in here. And like I said, and that's another reason why I really like this area. I really like what we're going to be doing up here and stuff like that. And then it comes down to surrounding yourself with decent people, good like-minded people. That's a big factor as well. So anyway, I hope this video helps. I will be doing another video that'll go up at 7 today. But I hope this one does help. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here for right now. Again, remember, we are truly all in this together. We are one race called the human race. That's important. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least is STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, just work at it methodically and you can accomplish anything. The only people that will stop you is you. That's it. Don't listen to negative people. They're going to try to hold you back. All right? I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.